What is up, guys? It is your boy B Gross coming at you, and today we're going to talk about, is web design too competitive? Let's get into it. And today we're going to be talking about, is web design too competitive? Now, before we get in, if you guys are new to this channel, my name is Brandon Gross. I'm a self-taught designer. I work with large brands such as Disney, Dannon, and Huggies. So with that said, if you haven't, well, first of all, like that video, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel just yet, hit that because you guys are going to learn a lot on this channel. Anyway, so is web design too competitive? The answer is no. But where the yes comes in is the market large? Yes. With that said, how do we basically maneuver this large market? As a UI, UX, web designer, how can we take advantage of this large market? You want to get actual clients that pay. So what we're going to be talking about in here is I'm going to try to wean you off the freelancer sites and try to get you into prospecting and actually getting clients that pay what you're worth. With that said, so how can we maneuver this large market? Because it seems competitive, and sometimes you might be in a situation where you're fighting another web designer, another designer for work. So first of all, when you run into that problem, that's because A, you're either in an area where it is extremely competitive, or two, you haven't prospected well enough to find the correct client who is in serious need of your services and has not been seen by web designers. And there's I think two or three ways that this can happen. Either one, they already have a web designer. Two, they haven't talked to a web designer at all. So you can move in through prospecting, which is basically finding the right client, the perfect client that you would like to work with, based on what their needs and expectations are and what they are in serious need of in terms of web design. How we go out and prospect. For example, if I would prospect, I would go on the internet, type in gyms in Maryland, and then I would find gyms in Maryland, and then I would go deeper and deeper until I found a site that, of course you'll find sites that are totally perfect, they're fine, they're up to date, whatever. Then, as you start going deeper and deeper into the Google pages, you find more and more of the shittier sites. And those are the perfect clients to attack because one, they're hella far back in Google, so you can help them with SEO. Two, you can help them, the further back they are in Google, the less likely they are to have a good design. So you can sell them on design. And as you guys know, there's almost like a limitless amount of Google pages, so you can find a lot of gyms, or well, for me personally, you can find a lot of the clients deep within those pages, and the ones that are within those pages you can sell them on, or you can sell them on your services. So that's how you prospect. You dig. You either, I have a LinkedIn video on this that is extremely easy, so I'll drop that down in the comments so you guys can go and see how to prospect with ease. Or you can go the Google route, which is everybody knows how to Google, so you can just do it like this. But just to reiterate, this is why, the reason that people think that web design is competitive is because they are going about the steps incorrectly. And that's step one, being able to prospect your perfect client, knowing who that is. And I encourage you to stay specific in an industry or the niche that you're working in. Don't have a general portfolio, stay specific. If you already have a specific portfolio built out, then you can start hopping to different industries, that's fine. But if you are new starting out and you only have a couple projects, or your projects are scattered and it's very hard for you to get that that niche of work that you've been wanting. Like for me, it's with fitness, athletes, gyms, CrossFit, supplements. That's my niche. Whereas, so yeah, pick your niche, pick who your perfect clients are, so you can easily come up with rules and guidelines for how you prospect and find your perfect person to pitch. And also, when you are more focused like this, when you are selling to a client, which is step two, once you know who your perfect client is, knowing how to sell to this particular client or person in terms of how to maneuver their objections, because each different type of industry, niche, or client, or type of client, they have if they're in the same niche, they have similar objections. Meaning, if you're trying to sell them, they'll say no for X reason, and those are called objections. And when you get those objections, you have to come up with a reason as to why, what their internal belief is incorrect and give them the truth. And I'm going to expand on this in another video because it's a lot more, overcoming objections is a lot more than I can fit in this video, so I'm gonna try to keep it focused. So, recapping. In order for web design not to look competitive and hard to, get work, be able to prospect, be able to sell to that specific niche, especially if you're having problems finding clients. The reason you may not be getting as much work as you want is because maybe you're not working with a specific niche. So when people come to your site, they're like, we really don't know what he does. But if you do all of that same work, they'll know. You're able to sell to that one niche because you know their objections, you know how to sell to them, and you know their wants, and you know what they want. So when you have those two steps and you understand this thinking, finding clients for web design, UI, UX will become a lot easier because you're no longer worrying about people coming to find you. You know how to find them and sell them that way. Anyway guys, just want to reiterate, web design is not competitive. It's all about maneuvering the market, and we maneuver the market by prospecting correctly and being able to sell to those people in the right way. And don't forget to take a look at that video down below on how to prospect via LinkedIn, because it is the easiest, simple way of doing so. So with that guys, Brandon Gross, self-taught designer, out. Peace.